So I married this pretty exceptional girl who a long time ago decided that she would go snowmobiling with me. And I was pretty surprised that she was so enthusiastic about it, and I'm not sure whether she liked it that much.
The first trip I took with Mark was in the 80s. We traveled to Quebec with a group of about 5 couples. It was beautiful, spectacular back then. Since then, Mark and I try to take a trip every winter, somewhere overnight. This year, Mark invited me to join him on a trip to Abitibi-Témiscamingue.
So a lot of people think Quebec is kind of like a long ways away. And I'm here to tell you, this was a short 4.5-hour drive from where we are in central Ontario. We crossed over the Quebec boundary at Témiscamingue, and we were here at Ville-Marie in what seemed like no time.
Mark surprised me with a stay just over top of a chocolate factory.
The place we're staying at our first night is called Martine, and it's a chocolate factory with beautiful luxury accommodation upstairs over the chocolate factory. When we opened the door to our room at Martine, we were blown away. It is an ultra-modern, brand new resort accommodation.
Modern design and a beautiful view of Lake Témiscamingue out the window. It was spectacular.
So if you've heard about Abitibi-Témiscamingue and about the quality of trails that they have, then maybe this will be no surprise to you. But our first morning when I got up, I was anxious to get geared up and to get going and to get outside of Ville-Marie and see what we were going to see for the day. And so the trail is connected right through Ville-Marie. It's no problem to get on the trail.
We headed out through the town and quickly we're on the trail.
We were on the trails, and once again, Quebec comes through with just amazing trail quality.
Lots of snow, well-groomed, wide, smooth. You wouldn't want anything more.
Confidence-inspiring trails. It's so hard for people to grasp just how good the snowmobile experience is here in Quebec. It's super nice here because there's loop trails, there's accommodation, there's gas, there's food, there's all different things that you can do along the trail routes. It's really confidence-inspiring when you're planning something, especially when you're bringing along someone who's important to you, that you want to have a really good experience. So we spent the morning of our first day just exploring the trails outside of Ville-Marie. We had planned and checked on the map and knew that there were a variety of different loops that we could take. Abitibi-Témiscamingue just does snowmobiling so well. Signage gives you such confidence. You're never in a situation where you're wondering, is this the right way? That kind of stuff, that's not Quebec. That might be other places, but that's not Quebec. Quebec, you know where you are, you know where you're going, and you also know that there's support services along the trail so that you can get there.
All of it is well-marked, well-groomed, smooth, through the woods, whether it's through a field, over mountains, through towns.
So I'm not gonna lie, we were getting kind of hungry. It had been a busy morning, and we'd had a lot of fun and kind of found our way around a nice loop trail. And lo and behold, there you go. There's a trailside pit stop, and we pulled in and enjoyed a really great lunch and a warm-up and some hot coffee. So after we'd had a really nice lunch and warmed up, we were feeling like, let's get going again, and so we did. We're enjoying this really nice, wide trail. We found out that there was a special kind of place ahead from the people at lunch, and we didn't know what to expect until we came over this hill, and there is this crazy vista.
I'm just sitting here. I got time. It's clear to see.
It's kind of nice to just have time For those moments when you see something that beautiful on the side of the trail, to be able to stop with the person that you love the most in life and enjoy those moments together.
It is quality time. You're enjoying something, you're in God's creation together, you're having fun, and it's just wonderful to be able to have time to communicate with my best friend. And Barb truly is and always has been my best friend.
forever free.
Because the trails are so well marked with really good signage, eventually even I knew where I was going, and I convinced Mark to do something that I don't normally do, and that's asked him if I could lead. He was quite happy to follow so that he could see all the beautiful scenery that's around Ville-Marie, and we didn't get lost.
Barb normally doesn't lead on trail rides, and she's happy with that. She's good with that, but lo and behold, these trails were so confidence-inspiring, so nice and wide and safe, that she decided that she'd like to take the lead for a while, and you know what? I'm good with that. So being in second place was kind of nice. I think I got to take in a little more of the scenery. The trails are just that good that they can make you do stuff that you might not normally do.
Outdoors, forever free.
So after a full day on the trails, I'm not gonna lie, I was looking forward to getting back to the resort and kicking back and taking it easy, and I know Barb was feeling the same way. We had one more thing we had to do, and let's be serious about this now. If you stay at a place with a chocolate factory, you gotta go see how they make chocolate.
Walking into the chocolate factory, I was a happy camper. I had everything around me that I think I had dreamed about since I was a child, and seeing Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. There were wheels of milk chocolate and dark chocolate, and Lynn, from the owner of Le Chocolat, Martine, was in the process of making Easter bunnies because of the season. Valentine's was already in their shop being sold, but Easter bunnies were being hand-painted.
You name it, they make stuff out of chocolate. I didn't see a chocolate snowmobile, but maybe they do.
The wheels of chocolate, melted chocolate, going into the molds and being filled with their handmade specialty fillings and going right from that into wrapping. But the best part was the testing at the end of the tour.
So up and at 'em on day 2, and we're ready to head back out on the trails. I think that we kind of had a measure of confidence under our belt that we were going to have another really great day, and the forecast was saying that the weather is supposed to change and get very, very cold and stormy, but wow, did we start off with beautiful weather on our second day.
It was another day in Quebec that was like a dream come true. Wonderful weather, so I think we'd fit our trip right in the perfect slot of perfect weather.
Trails were a little bit different that we selected to ride on day 2. More wide open, more big field crossings, and then into tight bush areas, and then back out into big expanses. It was fun, and we could wick up the throttle a little bit, and Barb is a competent, confident snowmobiler, and so it's fun to ride with somebody enjoying the trails as much as you are.
It was another wonderful day of traveling together. Every time we turned around, there was a different rock cut, a different scene to see, which is beautiful.
Abitibi-Témiscamingue in the wintertime is about snowmobiling, and they have developed a product over the years. Almost 700 kilometers of trails here. They have 6 groomers. They have a formula for keeping the trails groomed. They don't let things out of whack and, you know, get big moguls and bumps. The trails are consistent quality from a grooming standpoint and from a width standpoint. That's one of the things that I think makes such a difference and builds confidence in people, is you're not worried about coming around a corner and the trail narrowing down and meeting another pack of people coming at you. The trails are well thought out, and they've been here for many, many years. These guys here in Abitibi-Témiscamingue, they know snowmobiling. So I had something a little different for Barb to enjoy on the second day for lunch.
So we pulled up to the cheese factory and I didn't know what to expect. Mark said he had something prepared for us, but when I walked in, there was a beautiful little table set up in the corner with Valentine tablecloth, and he'd arranged for us to have a special meal in a cheese factory.
A very unique experience because they make all kinds of cheese.
The owner came out, had special platters of different cheeses. She spent time explaining to us how they make it. Every different kind she brought was wonderful. They gave us cheese fondue made with local artisan bread.
The whole idea of poutine, that is putting cheese curds on French fries, that is a French-Canadian idea, okay? It didn't start anywhere else. It started right here in Quebec, Canada. And so the place we went to specializes, wouldn't you know it, in making cheese curds. We had a nice lunch and we had kind of samplings of different kinds of cheese, and Barb really enjoyed it, and I think it made her feel kind of special that it was about her. So after we concluded our lunch at the cheese factory and we headed back out on the trails, our destination for the second night was Liberec, which is an amazing, full-on, snowmobile-friendly, snowmobile catering resort. We'd been told that we could expect some pretty cool views and some neat outcrops and places that we would be stunned by, but we had no idea what we were going to see.
This was a wonderful getaway that Mark had planned for us to do together, a little getaway that is going to refresh us all year. What's most wonderful doing this with him in Abitibi-Témiscamingue, the getaway on their trails and meeting the people and snowmobiling through the villages was just something that we will never forget.
We come up over this hill as we're getting closer to Liberec, and there is this amazing vista. That's the only thing you could call it. You can see right down Lake Témiscamingue, but it is just breathtaking. And what an entrance, because you're very, very close to Liberec when you get to that point. We were both just like, wow, that was a wow moment on this trip to see the view along the trail into Liberec. So we arrived at Liberec and got our cabin. Actually, it's a chalet, just a beautiful chalet. We kicked back for about an hour or so and then headed down to the dining room for a gourmet dinner at Liberec. This place is just outstanding, has a real reputation for great food, and they didn't disappoint.
Most amazing part of the meal is sitting there with my husband of 43 years, who I love to be with, who I love to snowmobile with, who I love to spend time with, drinking wine together and being just us after being busy all year, just enjoying each other. This has been a wonderful trip.
It was kind of a romantic moment, and a moment that I won't soon forget. We enjoyed real intimate conversation and recalled the original snowmobile trip that we did in the early 1980s to Quebec. We had no idea back then on our first trip to Quebec that we would actually living a snowmobile lifestyle and our business would revolve around snowmobiling. So it was fun to be able to talk to my lovely wife, someone who I care deeply about and dearly about.
I don't want to say goodnight. I don't want to leave your side. I'll be missing you while I try. Can we stay?
And to have this great getaway, this great time away to just enjoy each other and to refresh each other and to have fun together. And fun is what it's really been all about, to be here for the last couple of days in Abitibi-Témiscamingue.
I don't want to leave your side. I'll be missing you while I try. Can we stay here together? Will you hold me forever? 'Cause I don't want to say goodnight. Now I don't.
This place is awesome to go snowmobiling. It is a great snowmobiling experience, from the trails to the signs to the destinations to the gas to the food to all of the things that are available on the trails. This is an exceptional place.
Can hold me forever, 'cause I don't have to say
This is a place where snowmobiling is king, and you will feel like you are somebody special when you come to Abitibi-Témiscamingue.
I don't wanna say goodnight to you.
If you like what you've just seen, click the subscribe button and comment below. And make sure you check out all of our great videos on Snowtrax TV's YouTube channel.